Hey everybody, this is Rico here. I'm kind of late talking about this topic, but I wanted to step back and just kind of let all of the events come out completely and to digest and really give my thoughts. Because when I first heard about this whole Met Gala thing that happened this year and the popular newfound fame in America and worldwide boy band under JYP Entertainment, Stray Kids, attending this gala and being met with criticism that was seen as very harsh and also made into something that was seen more in a dire situation than how I felt like it really was. And with all of the headlines and all of the articles that are going on in the interwebs, I went and I looked into what was going on and I dug. And what I found wasn't what I expected to find, because with how everybody was howling at the moon and foaming and falling out in the floor. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating, but you get my point of the keyboard warriors online and how they are just so emotionally charged that I expected to find something heinous. And when I got to all the information I wanted, it was not that. And this gives a very good prime example of fandoms and people painting their own picture and message of a situation just because things don't go the way that they wanted to with their specific bias group or their fave group. And this happens all across the board in entertainment, especially with music, but it definitely also happens with Korean pop music. So Stray Kids was the first boy band from K-pop to attend the Met Gala. And this is a special grand dinner that they have every single year. Is it really about the dinner? No. It is about the fashion and walking in and making a statement as you walk in. And it's about having a theme. And the fashion you have fits that theme. So what was this year's fashion at the Met Gala? And what was its theme? It was Awakening Fashion, Garden of Time, and Sleeping Beauty. And so you had to kind of take these concepts and make them come alive in your fashion. So of course females were going to be able to do this no-brainer. Just because Sleeping Beauty, Awakening Fashion, it's so much you could do with that. Now the men, it is so easy to just be lazy and just say, I'm just gonna put on a suit. Maybe a coat jacket, maybe just come in some jeans and a shirt, you know. Wear what I normally would wear to a function. But I'm happy that there actually were men that came that actually tried to fit the theme. And Stray Kids was amongst these men. It saddens me that the spotlight was more focused on what the paparazzi and the cameramen were saying to Stray Kids as they were walking in. I can imagine that paparazzi are paparazzi and that they probably said a lot of things to a lot of celebrities. And it just comes with the playing field. You always see them acting out and it's just like, you overstepping your boundaries. Stop it. Stop. So here was no exception. But I was looking for something specific because a lot of Stray Kids fan base was saying that some culturally insensitive things were said. So I was like, oh, okay, I want to find the proof. I watched videos, multiple videos, and I watched one video that was there. And now, mind you, these paparazzi were rude in a way.
Never seen so many emotional faces in my life. Yeah, right? Oh, the reveal! Oh, no. Crazy. Straight ahead! Everybody jump!
How do you say right in Korean? Hey guys!
But you know, it's just like secondhand thought. You keep it moving. They were trying to take pictures of stray kids. And to someone who's not used to seeing a K-pop boy band, that is a lot of guys. It's a lot. It's like a whole football team. It's like a whole graduation photo. And I think that's what one of them even said. Like, what is this, a graduation photo? Another one was like, they don't have no emotion on their face whatsoever. I was like, I've never seen so many boys just not have any type of emotion on their face at all. And you know, fans went ballistic and they were saying that, see, because they said this about our group, this was culturally insensitive. It's because they're Korean. That's why. I mean, look at this. And everybody ran with this story. Nobody had their own thought process. Everyone was just about just appeasing the fandom. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I have a brain of my own. I'm like, they're going to kill me. Like, people are just gonna be like, unpopular opinion. Because I didn't see it like that at all. I saw paparazzi with these boys trying to get them to do things so they could get a good picture. They did what they wanted to do. They're used to being exposed to Korean media. You know, they stand there, they take pictures, they smile, they don't smile, they pose. Korean media goes and makes them super light-skinned and edits the pictures and makes them look frosty, like Frosty the Snowman, and you realize they're really not that white, but okay. And the day goes on. Here in America, it is different. This is the Met Gala. They do expect you to pose. They do expect you to stand a certain way. You know, that's what they want. The paparazzi were trying to take pictures of them. Now, they did make some rude comments, and I think they felt like that there was another problem to this situation. And it's a problem that I also had when I looked at the fashion choices that Stray Kids made. Ooh, what they had on. It didn't fit the theme at all. And I know some strays would be like, you're being mean. I would almost put them in worst dressed of the night, especially for men. This is why like nobody really was talking about them when people were doing like the review of the Met Gala, because there was nothing to talk about. And you know, like they did like their little separate photo shoot and everything. I saw it. They looked handsome. But tell me why. Okay, so we gonna start with the coat. Coat looked like it came from Nordstrom Rack. And the designer was there with them posing. Okay. Let me calm down. Coats look like something I could get from Nordstrom's, from Gap. And then I love how they added another layer. They were like, oh no, we got a better idea for you guys in paparazzo. They took off the coats and they had on like little suits. I'm like, they look so handsome, but it's boring. It's not on theme. And I'm like, now, there's members of this group that clearly speak English. They had to, when they got their invitation, they had to have gotten what the theme was. And I guess they figured, you know, we gonna do what we always do and kind of pull something together, maybe, maybe not. K-pop is too well known for its extravagance, for the high budget music videos, for the high budget fashion and concept photos, for Stray Kids to roll into the Met Gala looking the way that they looked. the brand was Tommy Hilfiger, and all that red and navy blue, that's what they all looked like together, was the Tommy Hilfiger logo. I kid you not. I was so disappointed. I'm an on and off fan. I like them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, sometimes I'll listen to their body of work and it's good. Then another time I'm like, this is absolutely awful. It's the auto-tune, and it just, it's a mess sometimes. But I like them overall, like, as people. I have nothing against them. I'm not a hater or anything like that. I see them, I observe, I move on. I don't know why they didn't try to put a little bit more effort, because this was history right here. And I'm gonna be honest, they got the invite because BTS was not available. We deep down, we know this, but even with this being said, this was still history. They could have came a little bit better. And you know, they were trying to twist the narrative and change it and make it about, you know, it's the paparazzi and, oh, their leader was leading them and they were being bullied. But at the same time, it's like, you're in entertainment. And look at everybody else. I mean, let's look at some of the men that actually were on theme. There were so many. I mean, there was so much that they could have done. They're handsome men. We're talking about Awakening Fashion, Sleeping Beauty, the print angle of it. There's so much that they could have done. I mean, they could have came in there dazzling. They could have made the paparazzi and everybody look at them and be like, whoa, there's too many talented Korean designers for them to have come in there looking basic like they did. I mean, it made me have flashbacks to BTS when they came to some award shows with those suits on and look like suits from Old Navy. And I'm just like, you all have the sources to be able to come and dazzle all of us. So, someone also should have talked to Jennie too. Jennie looked beautiful. People were having this whole dilemma and discussion about her dress. The dress wasn't on theme. Reminded me of Seoul Fashion Week. That's not what the Met Gala was trying to tell you to do, Jennie. He couldn't have at least made the dress green and embroidered like some flowers in it. I mean, like, look at all of the women that came and just brought their A game and just understood what they wanted to do and had like this artistic vision. It's sometimes so easy, you know, being Korean culture, to just come and just kind of throw on something and be like, oh, because I'm pretty, and you know, it's just gonna fall into place. Like, I'll just do this, and it just kind of is what it is. But no, when you have a function that it's based on the fashion and the theme, it's so easy for people to look at that and just be like, oh, you just put on a basic old suit. It's like, no, this is your time to shine. And I think maybe deep down they realized, you know, they probably felt maybe a little out of place, because especially the people that really, like, were shining. I mean, ooh, it was the talk of the internet. And, you know, there's no way, like, I would have been in Stray Kids camp. I would have told them, like, y'all need to scratch that whole look y'all have planned for the night. We gonna redo that. It's like, you all better call some fashion designers from Korea, from Australia, from somewhere. And we gonna get it all the way together right now. Because you all are too dashing to come in there looking like you did. So BTS is probably somewhat cackling. And they're probably saying, you know, we're gonna bring our A game when it's time for us to actually come. Like, we're happy you all got our invite, but you know, it's like and I sincerely hope that when BTS comes, that they do not come just with some basic suits on. Oh, please don't do that. Oh, something in me would die. Something in armies, y'all need to send them messages in all different languages and tell them, you know, when you all go to the Met Gala, make sure you understand the theme. Because that's the whole point. It's not really anything else. It's all about the fashion and walking, and that's it. That's all it is. This, to me, was more so a reaction to how they looked in their fashion. It had nothing to do with them not being handsome. It had more to do with them looking plain. And if I was a paparazzi, I would have kind of had that reaction too, because I would have been like, I'm taking a picture of these boys. They're giving me nothing in the face. The fashion is not all that extravagant or extraordinary. So, it's like, this is not fun. This is not fun at all. I mean, I'm happy they got to go. I think it's a wonderful thing. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. I just think that their fans and a lot of K-pop fans and a lot of fandoms are way too sensitive. And I think they turned this whole situation into a narrative that it really wasn't. And it did make me feel a little uncomfortable when I was looking at all of it. I mean, where was the whole evidence of them saying, like, konnichiwa to them and all of that? Because I didn't see any of that at all. Like, I thought it would be like, go back to your country, Koreans. You all eat dog. Like, you all your whole country is dog eaters, and, like, you know, squinting their eyes and, like, doing a dance. And it was none of that. It was just them basically being strict. And with the netizens on the Korean interwebs and how they have idols under a microscope, and how a lot of those poor idols go through mental breakdowns and want to exit this world, I know strays are not just talking about some paparazzi and their rude comments. Because it's rude comments, but that's life. Some people are rude. You can choose to do like Stray Kids did. You know, they kept it moving. Or you can choose to sit online and wallow and scream and holler and be hurt and upset and spin this narrative about racism. Congrats, Stray Kids. It was a fun Met Gala. The looks were fun. Theme was fun. Follow my social media, mostly my Instagram. Also have a blog, Niche Asian Pop Culture. The link is always down in the description box below. And remember, be real, stay real, live in the real, and I will always be back. See you guys in the next video.